The feds have arrested a Los Angeles man for allegedly trying to firebomb a federal building in downtown Los Angeles. They say he opposes federal immigration sweeps and wanted to attack ICE agents.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. Tonight, we have images of the attack and have learned a lot about the man accused of staging it.
We have a team of reporters covering this tonight, a team coverage for you, starting with CBS LA political reporter Tom Waite. He's live in Koreatown where the suspect lived. Tom?
And good evening to you, Pat and Rudabeh. This unhinged, violent episode, as you said, began here in Koreatown, not far from where I'm standing. That's where the suspect lived, and that's where the feds say he set his apartment on fire before going downtown, and they say launching Molotov cocktails at the Fed building. New security camera images show the terrifying moments when the man highlighted in blue threw Molotov cocktails into a federal building in downtown LA Monday morning, according to federal investigators. The feds identify this man as 54-year-old Jose Jovel and tell us he lobbed the devices into the building as part of what he said was a terror attack. You can see the Molotov cocktails circled in blue as they were hurled at the building.
He specifically threw 2 Molotov cocktails. So one he threw in through what's labeled as the employee entrance. It's actually the doors that all the employees would walk through when they enter that building. And the second one was through the public entrance. And there was actually a line of people waiting to get into that federal building.
Thankfully, the makeshift explosives did not detonate. Investigators released these images of other devices they say Jovel had with him, containing ethanol and hand sanitizer they say designed to explode. The feds also say Jovel carried with him a flame torch, 2 airsoft guns, and 5 knives.
He said he had explosives on him, and they did find 5 more of similar looking devices to the 2 that he had thrown.
According to the feds, Jovel's horrifying rampage started hours earlier at 4 a.m. Monday morning at an apartment building in Koreatown. Investigators say Jovel set his apartment on fire, allegedly angry over being evicted. The feds released this photo of the inside of his apartment.
This is the living room.
Yessie Paz's apartment faces Jovel's. She says he was well known to neighbors for all the wrong reasons.
I met him, it's just, very loud, screaming any hour of, like, at nighttime or morning, through our alley. I mean, just always being such a pain to the whole neighborhood.
After allegedly setting the fire here in Koreatown, investigators say Jovel made his way downtown on a bike. It was 8 a.m. when he allegedly launched his attack on the federal building. Jovel was quickly arrested, and the U.S. Attorney's Office says he confessed to his crime spree.
He explained that he lit his apartment on fire because he was upset with the apartment building management. And he specifically said that he was coming to the federal building, because of the fact that the administration and the U.S. government is separating families, that he was trying to get the people who were challenging him, seemingly referring to officers.
And once again, the good news is no one injured in either the fire or at the site of the federal building where those Molotov cocktails were lobbed at it. The first court appearance for Jovel will be tomorrow. Reporting live in Koreatown, I'm Tom Waite, CBS LA.
Tom, thank you so much. And let's get to CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers at the desk.
Mike, tonight you're digging deeper into the suspect's criminal history, and it is extensive.
It's very extensive. In fact, it's mentioned specifically in a whole section here of the criminal complaint filed by the Department of Justice today, and it details criminal acts going back to 1988, including murder. I actually want to show it to you here. We put a ton of a timeline of what we're talking about here. This is the suspect. He has been convicted, at least convicted. We don't even know what more he's been arrested on, but convicted on 9 felony charges dating back to 1988. In total, over the span of all 9 felony charges from 1988, he was sentenced to 22.6 years behind bars. Let's break down a little bit more of what he has been convicted of. We'll show that to you in the next graphic here. Murder in 1988. This is when he was a juvenile, and he was sentenced to 3 years at a camp placement. It's unclear clear at what age this actually happened because, again, juvenile records are sealed. But in 1992 and 1993, he was convicted of first-degree robbery, 2 counts of that, where he was sentenced to 9 years in prison. The list goes on to include car theft in 2001, where he was sentenced to 6 years in prison, and criminal threats as recently as 2018, where he was sentenced to jail time and probation. Now, according to the criminal complaint here, that probation was ended in 2021, though the criminal complaint does note that he allegedly violated his probation several times between that time frame. So we are reaching out to the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation to learn more about his time in state prison, because as you have seen, he spent a lengthy amount of time there over the course of several years.
And not very much rehabilitation,
Yeah,
it
right.
seems. Thank you, Mike.